Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've got a little furry friend here, Bob. I don't know why Bob. We'll just call him Bob. I was out doing a nature walk video that I'll be posting here on YouTube as well. This is my wind muff microphone. I was just too lazy to switch it out. So anyways, welcome back to the channel. So we're on beer 4 of 5 of my IPAlooza. And today is just an American Pale Ale. So this is also Odell Brewing, which is local here for me. I did look up a little bit about them. You know, they've been around since 1989. I didn't realize they'd been here that long. I've lived where I live here in Loveland, Colorado since 1977. Mom and Dad are going to watch this and go, you're totally off. No, it was 76, 77, something like that. I always get that mixed up. So I didn't realize they'd been around that long. But something else I didn't realize is I read this is their award-winning IPA and apparently used as a benchmark for judges at the Great American Beer Festival, which I think is always held here in Denver, Colorado. So that's kind of cool, actually. So this is 7% ABV and it's 60 IBUs. So, you know, with my experiment, let me look at my notes. The first one I did was only 36 IBUs. The second one was 45. The third one I did was, I read different things on the website about it. So it was anywhere from 55 to 60. This one today is like 65. But what I'm discovering is it's not necessarily the level of bitterness as to what I like. Because the last one I tried, if you guys watched, was a white IPA. And that was fantastic. Like, that might be a new beer for me, although it's seasonal. That was the Accumulation IPA. White IPA. So, and then we've got one more left that'll jump up to 80. So it's been kind of a fun experiment. I appreciate you guys following along with this journey, on this journey with me. So anyways, let's get it popped open and see what we got going here. So from what I can tell from researching, an American IPA is different from a West Coast or an IPA. I mean, like a West Coast we know is a juicy or a hazy. Not West Coast, East Coast, New England. And so we already know that. So just with an American Pale Ale or American IPA is different, and it's not going to have that fruitiness and that sweetness. You know, this is going to be a spin-off of the original British IPA, I believe. So, and you can tell it's not hazy, whereas the New England one would be hazy, right? And then the West Coast IPA is typically really hopped up. So let's go ahead and kind of waft it and see what we got. And by the way, I always try to remember to do this. The hops for this, they say Hero hops, which is their special blend of 9 different American hops. So yikes, for me, I'm like, that's a lot, but maybe I really, really like it. The malt is a blend of pale and Vienna. All right, so let's smell it. Wafting. Oops, I'm not had off wafting. So that's interesting because this is higher hops than any of them I've tried so far. And there was that one that was a lower IBU, but I was saying I couldn't get past the hops to really smell what it was. So that must have been just aroma hops, you know, that they really, really kind of did up the aroma hops because I couldn't get past that. Finally, I remember on that one, maybe I thought maybe grapefruit. But this one, even though it's a higher IBU, I can smell those hops, but I can get through it. So it's like, for lack of better words, like a real earthy kind of smell for me. I stick my nose down in there. Jeez, Darby. All right, let's give it a try. Wow. This is so unexpected from what I thought this journey was going to be, learning about IPAs, because I didn't think I liked them, but I actually really, really like that. That is a nice beer. for me to try to describe this, you know, it's not West Coast, it's not a New England one, just an American IPA. It's like, it's just a nice balance between bitterness and a malty taste. Like, it's just like a perfect balance. You know, it doesn't smell overly hoppy. It doesn't taste overly hoppy. I mean, it's just a really, really nice balance. I am so pleasantly surprised. Now, it's funny, Mr. Bramhall, if you're watching this, we had a conversation in our comments one time about, you were saying that you think maybe you've done so many IPAs that, like, your tolerance for bitterness has, how did you describe that? That as you've gotten a higher tolerance for it, so you enjoy them more, and it's harder to even get some that taste as bitter because it's kind of like you've become immune to the hops. Now, this is only my 4th IPA that I've been really trying. But it's funny that I go back to what your thoughts were, just because I feel like that's kind of what's happened. I've started this journey, and I don't usually drink IPAs, but I'm kind of getting used to that flavor. But I did find one that I didn't, it was okay. I think it was the second one I tried, maybe second or third. I think it was the second one. But out of 4, there's 3 that I really, really enjoy. So I don't know. I just think that's funny, because it brings me back to that conversation. So anyways, this is really good. I can't describe the actual flavor, but because I'm not tasting like fruit or tropical notes. It's just earthy, kind of like it smelled. And the best way, like I said, is just to say that it's a really nice balance between bitterness and maltiness, which original beers, I feel like, were like that. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, you guys. We have one more that we're going to do, and that's going to be a double IPA, which is, I learned, and you guys probably already knew, is the same thing as an Imperial IPA. But we'll try it out. I wish I could have found more from different breweries, because I think I only have 2 breweries that represent this IPAlooza. But that's because I needed to be able to buy singles. I didn't want to have to buy a 6-pack, of every beer I was doing. But at least we had New Belgium and Odell, which are both local, which is just really cool, because if I like them, then I can go to the breweries. I'll have to... when it gets warm, I'll take you guys. I have 3 breweries I want to take you to. I want to take you to Verboten, which is downtown Loveland, where I live. Of course, that's the German word for forbidden. And, the German purity law, which I can never pronounce the actual name, sorry. Where back in 15-something, there was a duke that declared that beer, obviously you guys know what that is, the water, hops, malt and yeast, right? So their Verboten is, their whole thing is about going against that purity law from way back when, right? So they have some interesting beers. So I want to take you guys there. It's actually their 10th anniversary right now. So I'll make a video on that. I want to take you up to Odell. That's in Fort Collins, Colorado. And New Belgium. So I'll take you to their tasting rooms and show you around. So those will be some future videos, especially when it gets more warmed up. So anyways, I'm blabbing on. Cheers, you guys. See you on the next one.